Good morning, my people. Fill your cup. I've actually chugged down my coffee really early this morning and I've moved on to my pre-workout beverage. So fill your cups. We are in live action. As we've talked the last couple of days, we're out of our heads, off the couch. We've put the key in the ignition. We've turned it on and we're supposed to be doing. So I started thinking yesterday, like, okay, I'm supposed to be doing, but what exactly is it I'm supposed to be doing? Because my goals are sort of long-term goals, and that's going to take some focus and attention, but what is my everyday supposed to look like? I didn't know. So I dug into it, because if I'm feeling like, okay, I know the phrase just do it, but what does that really mean? Well, let's dig into the word to do. And I will tell you, it has a lot of definitions and a lot of uses and a lot of meanings. I mean, since just writing this, I've realized how many times I use the word do in like every sentence. We use this word a lot. It's a verb, and the main definitions that sort of pertain to what we're talking about is perform, work on something to bring it to completion, to a required state, make or have available, solve, work out. So these are the actions: performing, working on something to bring it to completion, making, solving, working out. That's what it means to be doing. So, my other thoughts are, if I'm out here blazing new trails, like, there is so much information on getting prepared. I mean, I've got a stack of books on doing the mental work, road mapping your goals, getting ready for success, how to plan it all out. We got our mile markers, we got our goals, we're out of our heads. Like, all those great things set you up for success, but there's not much on the actual art of doing, or at least I'm still looking for it. So how do we know that our actions are aligned with our long-term goals? I mean, blazing a new trail, I think we needed more guidance on the actual art of doing the darn thing. So I have to be honest, as I started looking through my piles of books and looking through the TED Talks that I've watched recently, there's one phrase that just keeps coming back to me and coming back to me. It's in this book. We're back in this book, The 4 Agreements. And it's the 4th and final agreement. And I love this. So we talked earlier in the week about one of the agreements: be impeccable with your words and the power that is in our words. And I still just love that so much. It's just sticking with my heart. This one, the 4th one, this is the one that I really believe ties everything we've talked about really over the last couple of weeks, ties it all together with what we need to be doing. And it's very simple. Always do your best. So why is that important? I think that always doing your best is so great because it can mean different things at different times. Like, I'll give you a great example. I was really tired yesterday. It was a long day, and I don't know, I woke up tired and I felt tired all day. So my best looked a little different yesterday because I felt pulled in a lot of different directions, felt a little unfocused. So I just had a bit of an off day. Well, instead of beating myself up because I wasn't perfect, I was able to look at each moment yesterday and say, am I doing my best for how I feel right now? And it takes away the judgment. It takes away the guilt. It takes away the shame. And it really aligns with the day and the present moment. I think it really removes the pressure to be perfect and gives us a more realistic expectation of an achievable action, in my opinion. So some people are at their best in the mornings. Like, I'm a morning person. My best is from 5 a.m. to noon. That is when I am like top performing. Other people, their best is from 5 p.m. to midnight. So it's a sliding scale, and only you know what your best is and when you're genuinely doing your best. Nobody else can tell you that. You determine that. And for all the overachievers out there, it says don't overdo it. Don't aim for perfect. Because first of all, we've already established perfect is impossible. But you end up expelling so much energy to get to perfect, you don't have enough energy to do your best. And at the end of the day, it's not going to be good enough. So avoid the tendency to overdo. But at the same time, if you do less than your best, or you don't do your best, you're going to be left feeling very guilty, unpleasant feelings. Negative thoughts and emotions will play up. Self-judgment, regret. So, simply put, just always do your best. No more, no less, your best. And by doing that, we're removing the voice of the judge out of your head. And if we're doing our best, we're going to be more productive and we're going to be good to ourselves. Doing your best propels you into action. We get a personal reward from it, personal satisfaction and happiness from doing our best. No matter what the result is, you can sleep easier at night knowing the knowledge, and knowledge is power, that you did your best. You know, gotta say it, not tried your best. Did your best. Those are two different things. Two different things. Doing your best requires more of yourself. You've got to require more of yourself. This is about taking action for the sake of doing it without expecting a reward at the end. Nobody's going to pat you on the back at the end of the day. You have to pat yourself on the back. And this is not one of the easiest agreements to keep with yourself. I actually think this is the hardest thing to do. It takes practice and it takes self-reflection and awareness. And we're going to make mistakes. Like, we're practicing all this, y'all. We're blazing new trails. We're going to fall down. We're going to make mistakes. But if we're always doing our best, it makes it so much easier to correct the mistake, not let it happen again because we're aware of it, and then move forward on to the next day. Action, which we've defined previously, really is about living life in this present moment. It's expressing who we really are and what we want. Without action, There's no manifestation of that amazing idea that you have rolling around in your head. Without action, there's no amazing results to celebrate. Without action, there's no reward for you. So by doing our best every day, we will truly be living all of the concepts that we've talked about over the last couple of weeks, really. By doing your best, you become the best version of yourself. But it's going to take time, practice, repetition, and awareness. So what do we do today? What are we going to do? Do. Here comes that word again. We aren't going to be stressed out by our futures. We aren't stuck on the couch living in our past, going down the same old pathways we've gone down before. We're going to focus on the present moment. We're going to focus on today. We're going to give today 100% of our attention, and you're going to do your best. That's simple. No more, no less. Do your best. Have an awesome Friday. Get ready for a fabulous weekend. And we'll talk tomorrow. Peace.